How do I turn on this? Yes, who are you? What is it?
Oga.
Hi, Oga. I'm trying to watch the news. Have you seen all that they've been saying about me because of a woman?
Oga, you don't know what today is.
What?
International Women's Day.
What has that to do with me? Am I a woman?
No, sir. As the Senate President, you have to post something to mark the day. Yes, on social media. That is where people are judging you now, especially with all the drama that is happening. This is how you redeem yourself. Yes.
And why are you telling me now? Is that not your job? Post something.
I've already made a flyer. I emailed it to you.
Okay, let me take a look. It looks good. It's okay. You can post it.
But we need a caption. That is why I'm here.
Again, isn't that your job?
Okay, sir. Okay. What do you think about this? What if we say today we celebrate the strength, resilience, and achievements of Nigerian women?
My friend, what do you mean by that? Strength, resilience, achievement. On whose side are you? Do you work for me or you work for Senator Natasha?
No, sir. This doesn't mean anything. You are not celebrating her strength.
So why would I write something that I don't believe in?
And because you have a title, Oga, we went over this now. You are the SP. There are expectations that come with this title, sir. You just have to say something. It's just for show.
But between me and you, move closer. That woman is resilient. I mean, her strength scares me. You can't say this outside though, because I will fire you immediately. But even the men at the Senate, them no get her liver. Not even one of them can talk to me like that. She's bold. She's really bold. Secretly, I fear this woman. I beg, go back to what you were reading.
So after that, I will now write, because I have to put all the hashtag. So what do you think about this, As we mark hashtag International Women's Day, let's hashtag accelerate action for economic and political inclusion.
Wait. What do you mean political inclusion? We only have like 4 women now, no be so? At the Senate, they are already asking me to do better. They want respect, my friend.
God.
Women need to know their place. No. No more inclusion. They belong in the kitchen.
Oh God, why are you getting upset? You are not getting this thing. It's just for show. Everybody knows you don't believe in this. When have you ever celebrated a woman's strength? So we know you don't believe in this, Between me and you, and even everybody at the Senate. We've seen how you talk to Senator Ireti. We're just trying to put this thing on the internet.
Just imagine if we have more of them. You know, all these things that we normally get away with. We will have to change. You want to change?
No, sir.
The way things are right now, it favors us. And I'm not ready to change, I beg. You need to act like you are ruling with the time. I think I'm going to fire you. You have another job that I'm not aware of.
No, sir. It's just a flyer, Oga.
Okay. Only on paper. Whatever you need to put for us to appease women on this day, go ahead and make me look good. See, I just posted it. Yes. Oga, see. They're already clicking like. Let me see. People are already commenting. They think that I actually mean it. Happy International Women's Day.
So it has become obvious, very, very obvious, that there's not much honor among our honorable lawmakers in Nigeria, seeing as they suspended a female senator who accused the Senate president of sexual harassment and abuse of power. Please watch this video till the end because I strongly believe that they are trying to distract us and shift our attention away from something that is very important. By the way, she submitted a petition to the Senate in regards to this. The Senate Committee on Ethics said that the petition was dead on arrival because she signed the petition.
The petition she presented today is actually dead on arrival. No senator may present to the Senate a petition signed by him or herself.
And just like that, without doing any investigation on her allegations, they threw it out the window. And the very next day, the same Senate president accused of harassing her was the one that pronounced her suspension for 6 months. 6 months. Not just that, by the way. No salary or allowances in that 6 months, even though every senator that has ever been suspended in the past received their salary. They are also locking up her office. She's not allowed to be seen anywhere near the National Assembly in that 6 months. They are taking away her security details, and because they are also taking away all properties that she received upon becoming a lawmaker, I'm guessing they are taking away her official vehicles as well, and so on and so forth. And on top of all of that, they say that she's not allowed to introduce herself as a senator anywhere in the world for the next 6 months. Wow, guys, you cannot make this up. First of all, guys, in a sane country, this Senate president will step down pending investigation on such a case. No be so, but again, this is Nigeria, where the accused is also the judge and jury over his own case. Now, whether you believe Senator Natasha Akpabio or not, I hope that you guys paid attention to what Senator Akpabio did on the day that she was suspended. Before I played the video, I was shocked that no lawmaker challenged the notion to suspend Senator Akpabio. Not even the female lawmakers.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpabio for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023. Those in support of prayer will say aye. Aye. Those against say nay.
I truly believe that not all of them are for the suspension, but not one person was bold enough to stand against the Senate president. That's sad. That's really sad, and that says a lot about our National Assembly. I do not think that we have any independent mind amongst them. I mean, it's like a court. They all have to sleep and face one direction. I don't think we have anybody that can challenge the leadership of the Senate, even though they are supposed to be colleagues. Have you guys seen how senators in other African countries relate? How they would debate back and forth on pressing issues? Not this one, so they have no lever. And if one of them tries to find his or her voice, they try to shut it down. This is not the first time. We have other examples, but we don't have time today. So let's watch that video. Let's see what Akpabio did that day. After he said that the suspended senator must write an apology letter before they would reinstate her, he then acted like he had a hearing problem.
For the Senate to consider lifting this suspension or reducing the tenure of the suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration by the Nigerian Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. I don't think, as a landlord of the Senate, I don't think they heard what I read. So let me just repeat for clarity. Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before the reconsideration by the Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. Hey! I thought I had 50-50. Let me make it 40-60. That for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or reducing the tenor of suspension, Senator Natasha Akpabio shall submit a written apology to the Senate before any reconsideration of this case by the Senate. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. Nay. The ayes have it.
If that is not abuse of power, I don't know what that is. Was it only me, or those against the motion were more than those in favor? Yet on camera he said the ayes have it. If he would do this on camera as Omo, now we know why she also petitioned the Senate over Akpabio's abuse of power. So not just sexual harassment. Now the important thing is, I believe that these men have successfully diverted our attention away from what Senator Natasha Akpabio is actually fighting for. Let's not forget that the genesis of this drama is that Senator Natasha Akpabio said that the Senate president had been ignoring a motion that she was trying to push for months, for several months, which is to investigate corruption at the Ajaokuta Steel Company and whatever is preventing it from operating. The very first time that many Nigerians got to know about Senator Natasha Akpabio, by the way, was 7 years ago when she approached the Senate on the urgency of getting the steel company in Ajaokuta on its feet. She wasn't even holding any public office at the time. So that's just to show you how important Ajaokuta Steel is to her. And it's not just because it will provide employment opportunity for 10,000 people whenever they launch, and eventually 500,000 people, 500,000 people. But she's also advocating because it will give us a strong foundation for infrastructural development in Nigeria, because steel is a crucial material for building bridges, high-rise buildings, railways, and other large-scale structures, which will seriously boost our economy and industrial capacity and increase our export opportunities if we produce more steel than we need. This woman is trying so hard to get Ajaokuta Steel Company to work. If you don't know what that is, if you are not Nigerian, it is the biggest elephant project that we have in Nigeria, located on 59,300 acres of land, almost the size of Maldives Island in the Indian Ocean, which includes 800-acre plant and a town comprising of 10,000 houses, a hospital, and a school. At least 4,000 of those houses have been completed. It has 75 miles of internal roads and railroads, including the school, the library, the hospital for workers and their families, largely unused. Do you know that the clearance that was meant to store coal for the furnace is now being used as a cattle graze? This thing has been sitting there for 4 decades, guys, since it was built. The 1,500 people that are working there right now are there primarily to keep part of the plant in serviceable condition. That is all they do. It is Nigeria's $8 billion steel plant that has never produced steel. This is not the first time that this woman would move a motion to investigate alleged corruption that is preventing this company from operating, millions of dollars being siphoned in the name of trying to get it back on its feet. And she's calling for investigations. This headline that you are seeing on the screen is from February 2024. She's been shouting for a long time. But according to her, the Senate president is not interested. And this is one of the reasons why her people voted for her. She promised that she would do everything in her power to get this steel company to work. And she's trying to do that. And somebody is allegedly saying that she has to have an affair with him before they will take it up.
I wanted to move a motion for the investigation on the ills of the corrupt practice in Ajakuta Steel Company. I listed that motion 5 times. It was the 6th time that it was listed on the other paper that was approved. Many senators can testify to that. Each time the motion is listed, just before he takes it, he will say, "Oh, Senator Natasha, we can't take this motion because the board of the Senate does not accommodate it." Or he will speak on others and then let it drag so that just before that motion is taken, the time will be well spent and won't. So he kept on doing that. I went to him in his office. You know how important it is to my people and to Nigerians. I've noticed that you have stepped down this motion. As a matter of fact, a number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it. I was like, "Sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important." He then said, "Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me, make me happy."
And according to her, even her husband went to London to speak with the Senate president to take this motion just so that Ajakuta Steel Company can work. No, the Senate president is purposely ignoring something that is very, very important. And these are the allegations that this woman brought before the Senate. And they decided to suspend her for 6 months. I mean, after seeing how he lied publicly, I can definitely see how he would act like he wasn't hearing her or he didn't know about the motion, and how he would ignore that motion. You would think they will all be passionate about this Ajakuta Steel Company. And now that they have suspended her, who else is fighting for this steel company to work? They are not interested in getting it to work. Why oppose someone that is trying to get it to work? In the midst of all that, she's also executed several developmental projects in her constituency, way more than what the Senate president is doing in his own constituency. She's putting them to shame. She's exposing what is possible with the money that they are getting, and they are not using it for the development of their constituencies. But like she said, this injustice would not be sustained. Now the question is, does this mean that another 6 months will go by with no progress at the Ajakuta Steel Company? I mean, that's exactly why it has been 4 decades, 40 years, that this steel company is just sitting there. And the whole of Kogi Central has just been silenced. They basically just suspended you by suspending your representative. What will you do about it? Above all, we desperately need more women at the Senate, now more than ever. And we're not talking about women who think that silence is golden. I'm talking about women that will stand up for their rights. The only qualification is secondary school certificate, guys. Women, we need you. Your country needs you. Auntie Aisha Yesufu, yes, I am watching you on my plasma TV. When will you run? Your country needs you. Auntie Bukisho Nibare, yes, so bring back our girls. Auntie Bukola, this is when you declare before election comes. Mama P on Instagram. Oh shit. If you are not following this woman on Instagram, by the way, you are missing out big time. Go and follow her on Instagram. You will know why we need her at that Senate. My sister, you have to join a party now. Or form your own party, all of you. Go and form your own party. Your country needs you by fire, by force. You guys have to run. And Auntie Rinu Oduala, we are also watching you. You need to be getting ready. Dear. Auntie Adenike Oyetunde, we know you are serving Lagos State, but you can also be a senator. I'm very sure that there are so many others that I need to call out. I beg, no disrespect. It's just that it's not coming to me right now. Please don't be offended. Guys, write their names in the comment section. Just imagine if we have these women at the Senate along with Senator Natasha Akpabio. Hey. Just like my Kenyan mother would say, Millie Odiambo. Based on that book, good girls don't get the corner office.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to start by saying that one of my favorite books is Good Girls Never Get the Corner Office. Mr. Speaker, this is in response to what you are telling me earlier in the morning when you are urging me to be a good example to the girls. The younger ones who are doing their first term, Mr. Speaker, if they are good girls, they'll never get corner office. Be as bad as Millie Odiambo, you will be the mother of this house. I am a bad girl, and as a bad girl, I'm here serving my 4th term. So do not be cheated like the African culture where you are told have decorum, dress nicely, be kind, be nice. I'm telling you, you will go nowhere. Be a bad girl like me and you'll get somewhere.
This woman, please find her on Instagram. You will not be bored. She's amazing. She will talk about menstruation, menopause. She will talk about so many things that affect women's lives. And she will tell the men, do not speak for us. You don't know what it's like to go through menstruation. You don't know what. Oh, we need more women like this at the Nigerian Senate. Come out. You know that these women are not trying to conform to any society expectations. They're not trying to be good girls. They just want to get the work done. Let me know what you guys think about this story. And please subscribe if you're yet to. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, I'm gonna see you later. Peace out. My people, guys, you cannot make this up. Move closer, move closer. Hey, Nigerians, have you heard that the chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics, the man that threw out Auntie Natasha's case of sexual harassment against the Senate president? Have you heard that the man was disbarred in the America? Abeg, let me kneel down for my father before we continue. Uncle Ejadio, is it true that you were disbarred in America? Hey, he said you were once a lawyer in New York City. That is my city. But that you did some there were 2 petition charges of professional misconduct against you. Uncle, misconduct. Wait. Isn't that why they suspended Auntie Natasha? Benny, we'll come back to that. You were disgraced in America. Uncle, They said you engaged in a pattern and practice of failing to cooperate with the grievance committee's investigation and neglect of a legal matter entrusted to you by a client. Is this true? So therefore, as of 2010, in fact, let me tell you exactly how they wrote it. They said effective immediately. Neda Bernards Imaswe, that is our father, is disbarred. And his name is stricken as in Pewon Fagile. Hey, from the role of attorneys and counselors at law. Wow, uncle. So you were cancelled as a lawyer. You now move back to Nigeria and you repackage yourself in Nigeria. I'm very sure that this man has been telling people. I had my own law firm in New York City. Yeah, it's just that I decided to move back to Nigeria to serve my country. I'm trying to give back. My country needs me. In fact, some media companies are also reporting that you were involved in fraud in New York. Allegedly new. Don't quote me. You'll be doing like this. You'll be wearing shoulder pad. Shit. You see, this is why voters need to be researching candidates very, very well before casting their vote. People of Edo South, you did not Google this man attorney. To add salt to injury, they now made him the chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics. I'm like, ethics? Just imagine. Ethics, privileges, and public petitions. Ethics. Where did you find it? Someone who allegedly has no ethics, uncle. Even if they dash you chairman of that committee, you should have said no. You did not need to give them any reason. You should just say, no, I humbly object, I humbly reject. But you went and put your head when you know that you have a history in the America. You think it will be buried just because you have repackaged yourself in Nigeria? It doesn't work like that. You should have said no. To think that the same you will now be the one to recommend in your capacity as the chairman of ethics committee. He was the one that recommended suspending Auntie Natasha for what he called gross misconduct. According to him, he said that Senator Natasha Uduaghan brought the presiding officer and the entire Senate to public opprobrium. Want to say, boo? He spoke grammar. Opprobrium means harsh criticism. Basically, he recommended suspending her because the public criticized Akpabio. Wow. As in, clap for yourself, uncle. Hey, suspending a lawmaker for misconduct. Did you not check the mirror? You did not look in the mirror. Oh yeah, came on mirror there. You are there judging other people's ethics, other people's character. Is your conscience not pricking you? By the way, where were you when your colleagues were collecting bribes, allegedly, before passing budget? Allegedly, but some lawmakers confessed that they collected 8 million naira from each university in Nigeria as a condition for passing their 2025 budget proposals. It was all over the news in January. This same ethics committee, your committee did not see that, uncle. You did not probe anyone or suspend anyone. Abi, he also collected money. I don't know. But now you have liver to throw out a woman's sexual harassment case without any investigation. You said it was dead on arrival. And then you now accused her of misconduct because the public criticized you and your godfather. Where is thunder when you need this? You that should be keeping a low profile with what you have in your closet. You even said 6 months suspension. Why are you not afraid? Even though you know it is against the law to suspend a lawmaker for more than 14 days. I mean, what exactly does this man even have against Auntie Natasha for him to recommend 6 months? Not only that, he also recommended taking away her security aids, her official vehicle. She should not be paid for 6 months and no allowances. He even said she must not be seen anywhere near the National Assembly for the next 6 months. The one that is baffling everybody is that he also recommended that for the next 6 months, Auntie cannot introduce herself as a lawmaker anywhere in the world. We were like, it was INEC that declared her a lawmaker. Who are you to impeach her or to say she can no longer be a lawmaker? You know, we were baffled. We were like, why was this one added? Ashe, the man was just borrowing a script from his own court judgment in the America. I mean, if you look at the documents, they literally listed it that Neda Imasuen must desist and refrain from practicing law in any form, either as principal or agent or clerk or employee of another. Number 2, they said he must not appear as an attorney or counselor at law before any court, judge, justice, board, commission, or other public authority. The man copied and pasted his own judgment and reframed it for Auntie Natasha. With due respect, Uncle, in case you are watching, that was not a smart move. Alone. I'm not abusing you, of course. You know I'm the only one that will tell you the truth. I'm just telling you my observation of this equation. You know, looking at this critically with my koro eyes inside the medulla oblongata of my photosynthesis. I don't know who advised you, but that was not very smart. You know, I have to tell you the truth. I have to. You cannot say that somebody that INEC declared a senator cannot introduce herself as a senator just because of your suspension. And the funny thing is, Akpabio literally bought into every of his recommendations, except that her staff should be paid in the meantime. Even when other senators voted against her having to write an apology letter before she would be reinstated, Akpabio still went ahead and he said the ayes have it when it was very obvious. Everybody could hear that the nays had it. Honestly, we don't know exactly what this senator has against Senator Natasha. So maybe it was Akpabio that was talking through him. We don't know. Or maybe it's just a personal beef. But one thing that we know is that Uncle Neda Imasuen is not happy. He's not happy with all the projects that this auntie is doing in her constituency. You know why? Because he is not doing anything. His people have published the video of the road leading to his house. Allegedly new. Don't quote me. Let's watch it together.
My people, this road now leads to Senator Neda Imasuen house. Senator representing Edo South. This is the road. We get senator for this area. Senator Neda Imasuen. See ya. Use camera video now. See ya. See road. See road. See road where Senator Neda Imasuen dey. You dey fit the handle woman case for House of Assembly. You dey fast. You dey handle woman case, Natasha case. You dey suspend her. But see your road. Oga come outside make you come tell those people wetin you don do. Carry camera come. You go see, you go feel say maybe you know dey talk for Senate. yeah. In short, now here be Senator house. Now here be house. Senator Neda Imasue, fix the road to your house. Fix your environment.
Meanwhile, Auntie Natasha was not even a lawmaker. She wasn't holding any public office when she started fixing roads in her state. Not just the road that leads to her house, but roads across Kogi Central. She even fixed a federal road. Before becoming a public official. Common road, Oga, you cannot do. But you can harass a woman, a whole senator, a representative of the entire people of Kogi Central. Elijah, you get liver. If anyone should be suspended, actually, let me rephrase that. This man should be removed from office because you cannot chair a committee of ethics if you don't have ethics. But that is if we actually believe in ethics in Nigeria. You know, Nigerians abroad, please let this be a lesson. Let's conduct ourselves with excellence. I mean, just look at Help Me Waka. The #1 company to run all errands for you in Nigeria, Ghana, and Cameroon. Everything they do is what? Is with excellence, and there has been no record of professional misconduct about them. In fact, they want to spend money. They have decided to give you $20 for every new customer that you introduce to them, so long as they buy something. Oh no. So go to the link that you are seeing on the screen, go and register, and then you will get your own personal link, and then you will be giving it to people. Oh yeah, go and buy something on Help Me Waka so I can collect my $20. Payment is every 20th of the month. Then you can make a lot of money if you just get people that you know to go on their website and buy some groceries to be delivered to the doorsteps of your loved ones in Nigeria and Ghana and Cameroon. Before you know it, you are cashing out, my brother. You are cashing out, my sister. And of course, this Ramadan season, they are your trusted agents to deliver either cooked food or uncooked food, or you know, groceries to your loved ones that are fasting in Nigeria, Ghana, and Cameroon. And if you are not interested in any of that, but you are a good person, you are very generous, deep inside your heart, from the heart of your bottom and the bottom of your heart, you just want to change lives. Do you know that you can literally go on their website and select any charity of your choice in Nigeria and buy groceries for them, and they will go and deliver it to them physically? And of course, they are the only ones that can get your transcript out of any Nigerian school for admissions abroad. So if you have not tried Help Me Waka, know that you are missing out on professionalism, prompt delivery, excellent service, and a lot of waka up and down on your behalf. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you're here to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, I'm gonna see you all later. Peace out.
As Ramadan approaches, many of us prepare for a month of reflection, prayer, and fasting. But for countless children, the struggle isn't fasting. It is finding food to break their fasts. Imagine a child longing for a warm meal after a long day, or praying for food instead of toys. This Ramadan, you can be the answer to their prayers. With Help Me Waka, you can donate food to children and families in need. Visit helpmewaka.com/donations, choose a charity and package, and we will take care of the rest. Ramadan is about kindness, compassion, and giving, values we all share. Let's ensure no child goes to bed hungry this season.
Good afternoon, President of the IPU. Good afternoon, colleagues. I come with a heavy heart from Nigeria, but first I'd like to apologize to Honorable Kafila Ogbara. I am not here to bring shame to our country. I'm here to seek help for the women of Nigeria. Again, my name is Senator Natasha Akpabio. 5 days ago, on the 6th of March 2025, I was suspended. As a senator, I was suspended illegally because I submitted a petition of sexual harassment against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. I thought that by submitting the petition, he would recuse himself, and both of us will submit ourselves to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petition for a fair and transparent investigation. But unfortunately, I was silenced and I was suspended. I was suspended for 6 months, amongst many other stringent conditions, such as taking away my security, taking away all the officials, vehicles, and other items that were handed over to me as a senator. My salaries will be cut off. I must not appear anywhere near the National Assembly. And for 6 months, I'm not to introduce myself or present myself as a senator locally in Nigeria or internationally. That means I'm here illegally. But I had no other place to go but to come here and speak to you women. Because this is a bigger picture. This is a bigger picture. It depicts the crisis of women political representation. My suspension is not just about me. It's about the systemic exclusion of women from political leadership in Nigeria. Women make up 3.6% of political offices. And in the Senate, it's just 2.8. We have 109 men, and only 4 of us are women. So right now, it's 108 with only 3 women. This is a clear case of political victimization, punishment for speaking out against impunity, corruption, and gender-based violence. The United Nations Declaration 48/104 declares sexual harassment as a form of gender violence. The Senate's actions are an assault on democracy. I was elected by my constituents to represent them. Yet a few powerful men have unilaterally decided to silence their voices by suspending me for 6 months. My call for an open and transparent investigation into harassment allegations have been met with hostility instead of accountability. If a female senator can be treated this way in the full view of the world, imagine what ordinary Nigerian women will go through every day in workplaces, in universities, and other aspects of our society. A culture of harassment and silencing must end. And this is not just a Nigerian issue. It is a global one. Women in politics, media, and businesses face threats, intimidation, and violence for simply demanding fairness. From sex for grades scandals in universities to harassment in workplaces and political spaces, Nigerian women have constantly been forced into silence. We need stronger legal protections and a zero culture tolerance for gender-based discrimination and intimidation. My call to the international community is such that the world must not stay silent as democracy and women's rights are rolled back in Nigeria. I call on human rights organizations, women movements, and democratic institutions to hold the Nigerian Senate accountable. Nigeria needs global partners to push for women's political inclusion, safety, and protection from political harassment. You may ask, what are my next steps? I will resist the political intimidation. In the past few days, a number of my colleagues, my male colleagues, have reached out to me and said, Natasha, all you need to do is apologize and retract your statements. And I told them I am not going to apologize. I will not apologize for my truth. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I told them that I will stand the 6-month suspension, and the very first day I return, I will represent my petition on sexual harassment. And I will continue doing so until there is a fair and transparent investigation. I will fight, thank you. I will fight this injustice and continue to represent my constituents, whether the Senate wants to hear me or not. I will work with women's group, civil society, and legal teams to ensure that this unconstitutional suspension is squashed. This is bigger than me. This is about ensuring that no other woman in politics or public office will ever be silenced again. Thank you so much.